Right guys, so welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are in with Cam. Cam's on the cam. I'm going to be taking you guys through my push day. So as you will have seen already, I've done 3 sets of laterals into a pec fly, sort of as like somewhat of a warm up for the pressing work, but also to prioritize side delts, get some blood flow into my chest prior to getting into this incline press. I'm going to take you through the rest of the session. It's going to basically be a fair bit of pressing work now into a load of arm work basically, and that's pretty much the session. It's probably my shortest session of the week, but that does not mean we sacrifice intensity nor quality. For myself, obviously bringing up my upper body this off season has been pretty much the sort of primary focus, and I definitely think we have done that, and I think that's a result of bringing the intensity that I'd usually bring, but also actually improving upon my accuracy, especially like for example with my back work. My back work prior to my prep in 2024 was quite lackluster to say the least, especially like when it comes to like lat work specifically. Improved that. I've then taken my ability to tap into high levels of effort with a combination of a high level of accuracy, progress that over time, and that as a trifecta has essentially led to me progressing pretty fucking well through my upper body. And I definitely think the discrepancy between my lower and my upper half and my lower half has diminished quite significantly. It definitely still needs more work, and only as I get leaner will you be able to really tell if there have been significant improvements. But I definitely do think there has been, which obviously as we get deeper into this prep, as you guys see more videos between myself and Cam, you will see obviously the progress that's been made within my physique. But today we'll be starting off with this press. Now, if you follow closely on my Instagram video, you'll remember last week, if you read the caption, I misloaded my top set and I ended up doing my last warm-up for my top set. I thought I was 2 pins up with matched reps, but in fact I just did the exact same weight as I did last time with an extra rep. So today we're going to be taking the stack as I meant to do last week for my top set, which I did do last week, however it was a second set, so we're going to aim to obviously beat what I did on the back down, probably quite significantly here. And then ideally next week I want to come in and slap a gym pin on it, but we'll sort of see how things go. Then after this we'll move into some more top line work with the high incline Smith, a dip, and then a shit ton of arms, because you can never really have too much arms. But yeah, we're going to crack on with this first of all, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh! 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 Right, so that was the top set on the Incline Smith. So I think that was like 7 or 8. I'm pretty sure it was 8. So that's like 3 reps up, I think, from last week, which is pretty sound to be fair. I was pretty happy with that. Back down wise, I've literally gone down 1 pin. So next week, so we're literally doing 1 off the stack, because the last 2 weeks I've done 98 for a back down. But essentially we're going to run this. Next week I'm definitely going to jump in, which is quite cool. I didn't expect to progress this quite as fast as I have. The benefits of neurological adaptations, I suppose, but either way, we're going to take this as the back down. I'd like to say I'll get a similar amount of reps. So again, like around maybe that 8 to 10 mark would be ideal for this set. If we get slightly less than that, cool. I probably overstepped, but I'm not too fussed about that as long as the set's quality. Another really good progression there. Nothing really to base it off because obviously I've got off the whole pin on the stack, but I think, so last week obviously, like I said, I did the back up, what should have been the back off as the top set, but I got 98 for 10, and then just then that was 105 for 9, I think. So again, 1 rep down, 1 pin up, happy days. We're gonna move on to the high incline Smith now. Luckily we've got the Cybex Smith as long as no one snags it. Otherwise we're gonna have to use the worst Smith known to man. I was speaking to Cam about it a second ago, and I don't think casual gym goers realise the importance of a good Smith, but I mean, when you know good Smith, there's nothing quite like it. The struggles of trying to set up the Smith perfectly. Oh. Oof. Aye. 5 kilos up. 1 rep down, max reps, not sure, need to check. I logbook very loosely because I do like the pressure, but I don't always like the fact the logbook does not take into consideration external circumstances. Realistically, my circumstances are pretty controlled, but at the same time, if I think about when I enjoyed training most, it was in Thailand, to be fair. Didn't have a logbook, just went into different gyms, constantly getting day passes, followed a similar structure, but just trained hard and accurately, and training was really enjoyable. So I logbook now, but I don't really, as much as I'm saying, oh yeah, I've progressed this, I've progressed that, most sets I do are progressions, and I just remember that from the week prior, but I don't directly look back at last week's and be like, I need to beat this, I need to beat this. As long as the set was absolute quality, 9 times out of 10 I'm taking a progression anyway. But I think from an internal pressure standpoint and an enjoyment standpoint, for me, this is what works. Once you learn how to train hard and accurately, logbooking is just a tool you can utilize. If you don't know how to train hard and accurately, logbooking first and getting good at training is important, but you definitely get to a point where I think some people do benefit from logbooking more loosely or not logbooking at all. And for me, I'm sort of in that middle camp of logbooking my sessions to have that reference point if needed. But like I said, I know how to train accurately. I can remember what I did from the week before anyway, and I enjoy my sessions a lot more this way. So we're using the matrix dip, which, you see the name, you see matrix, and you're probably like, is it on that? Yeah, it's on. You see the name and you're probably thinking, oh, it's probably a shit piece of kit. This is actually probably one of the best dips I've used. It's very heavy in the short, so due to its placement in the session, I am going to be doing like a pause in the stretch, which to be fair, I probably do anyway because it feels pretty good on this. But honestly, it's probably one of the best dips I've used. The only dip I'd put above this is like the Strive / Prime one, and then maybe yeah, to be fair, probably just that. Like it is really nice. We're going to be using a seat belt as well, because not because I'm a natty, but it does increase your stability. And especially with a dip, you are going to be flying out the seat a lot once you get to a certain load on it. So that's the plan here. We've got 2 sets here, and then that's our chest work wrapped up. Then we'll move into 1 bicep exercise. Oh no, two bicep exercises and a tricep exercise to finish things off. And then I'll do some posing for you guys. One rep up, 1 pin up, 2. Yeah, sick. Really good set, to be fair. You can see how, even with the pause at the top, still such pain to get short. But like, I quite like machines that are challenging in the short. Don't get me wrong, they have their caveats for sure. But like, if you have that dog in you to grind them out, like you can get some really nice reps. Like with machines, for instance, Prime, when you load it in the stretch, don't get me wrong, your last rep's still going to be a grinder, most likely, but nothing beats like a rep like that where you just have to really like fight to get that last little bit to look out. But yeah, really nice set. This is probably one of my current favorite bicep exercises. Usually I'm a man of very simple nature and I'll just do and spam dumbbell curls or dumbbell hammer curls, and I'm doing those later. But this exercise, probably in my opinion, the best variation of a cable curl. From a stability standpoint, you could do this bilaterally if you have access to 2 different cables. So obviously you can then do it bilaterally. But for myself here, we're doing it dual arm. Going to be doing it with the seat a relatively sort of mid-incline. And it just allows me to stay fully stable, fully locked in, micro pause at each end of the range of motion, and I get an insane connection with this. You can get some pretty gnarly reps as well. You don't have to worry about fucking cheating too much because you're trying to like lean back to compensate for the fact things are getting hard towards the end of the set, because obviously the seat is preventing you doing that. Just overall, it's a really fun bicep exercise. So definitely give it a go. overstepped a little bit there, a little 6 rep set on triceps, which for me I quite often stray away from because my elbows tend to flare up, so hopefully that doesn't cause me any issues. But for myself, usually what I've actually been doing a lot recently is I've just been doing the same load for all my sets with tricep work, and I'll just allow the reps to drop off. So I'll start off with like a 15 to 20 repper, then I'll keep the load the same and it'll probably become like a 10 to 15 repper, and then maybe like an 8 to 12 repper towards the end. Just again, allowing those reps to drop off. And for me, doing straight sets like that feels really good, and I kind of enjoy it more than the top set back off approach. When doing a single, when doing any tricep push down, what I quite often see is, especially, it seems to be more prevalent in people who do single arm, but they'll have it. Let me just reduce the load so I can actually hold on to it for more than 10 seconds. But people will sort of only come up to around here, so sort of like 90 degrees basically. Now this is fine, but you're missing out on what's arguably the best part of the range of motion, which is going to be that sort of like mid to lengthened range. So try and get your forearm as far up against your bicep as you can. Obviously the bigger biceps you have, the less range of motion you're going to have, but if you've got fucking skinny arms, you should be coming all the way up like this, not like this. Like you're literally just doing the short. You're not getting any of that stretch. So get a good amount of range of motion, get a nice stretch. Think similar to how with like a quad exercise, you want as much knee flexion as possible. You want your calf to touch your hamstring. You want your forearm to touch your bicep, and that's essentially going to allow you to have more range of motion, which ultimately is going to lead to more gains. I think dumbbell curls are one of the most underrated exercises, in 2026, because I feel like you just don't see people doing them anymore. Like, I know I was like raving about that cable curl, but like you can't beat an old school dumbbell curl. Like, it's just so good, so simple. Just pick up 2 weights, chuck them around. The connection's good. I think they're so underrated. Everyone's like trying to, like, I don't want to say reinvent the wheel, but like there's always a new bicep exercise coming out, and like I think arm training is so simple. Like, pick movements that feel good, that you get a good connection with, and then again, just train like any other muscle, accurate and hard, and they'll grow. Cables, dumbbells, like you're gonna be sound. Like, this gym has okay arm equipment, but honestly, I still pick dumbbells and cables over most arm pieces, even if I had access to whatever arm kit I wanted, because I think, again, you can't beat the basics when it comes to arms. It's incredibly simple, literally. Dumbbell curls, push downs, that's all you really need. Coming from someone with previously pretty shit arms to still shit arms, but slightly less shit arms, I think, again, a lot of the reason I made so much progress in my arms is more so down to frequency, training accuracy, and training intensity, and obviously being and obviously a good amount of food and a good amount of PEDs. Right guys, so that is the end of the video. The first video with Cam in the prep series. Obviously I'm doing my own other videos too as well, but these are going to be a monthly thing for you guys, just to keep you up to date with sort of how things are, so you can obviously follow along for the ride, learn some things maybe along the way as well. Obviously so far we haven't really seen too many changes. I'm only like, what, 4 weeks into prep, so like realistically there's not going to be any significant changes to my physique really. I'm a fair bit tighter, but again, like, I'm in that sort of like flattening off but still fat sort of phase where everything's kind of boring but ticking over well. Obviously training's still incredibly productive, PDs are still low, food's still pretty fucking high. I'm still on like 4.2k calories, outputs in a relatively good spot. Daily cardio, 30 minutes, 12.5k steps, which is pretty similar to what I was doing in the off season. Cardio wise, just 6, 25, and steps are the same. So for the most part, not much has changed. I'm eating a little bit less, moving a little bit more, but fundamentally things are happening pretty rapidly. Until this heat wave hit, I've been pretty much hitting new lows every day, and the last 2 days I've spiked up a little bit, and that's probably just going to be down to higher sodium intake, therefore retaining more water intake as a whole, the stress on the body from the actual heat itself, again retaining more water, but overall things have been progressing really nicely in regards to both the visual and body weight, which is obviously good. Training is still absolutely flying. PEDs are going to be staying low for quite some time due to the fact we want to run a bit of a rebound post show, which is still quite exciting. So this health phase will continue on for another good, like I'd say a good 6 weeks or so, I imagine, depending on sort of where things land. Show wise, I'm genuinely not too sure what my first show will be. I have a rough idea of what shows I'll be doing, but it's all a little bit up in the air at the moment, which is technically means I'm X weeks out, but again, I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm not going to be like keeping it secret or anything. I just genuinely don't know yet. But obviously today I took you through my push and arm session. This is push and arms B, so I run two rotations of this session essentially a week, obviously different exercises and whatnot. But fundamentally, it's a case of obviously bringing up the top line and bringing up the arms, which arguably this is one of the most important sessions across the week. Obviously, yes, I need more everything at the end of the day, but I definitely need a hell of a lot more arms and a hell of a lot more top line. Performance-wise, this session, really good. I progressed pretty much everything, I'm pretty sure. And just across the board, it's been a very productive session. Today I've actually only trained off 1 meal, usually I'll be training off 2 meals. Not that it really makes any difference. Obviously, if you're deeper into prep, maybe a little bit of a difference, because obviously you're going to be a bit more depleted at that point. But right now, I feel sound as a daisy, energy's high, vibes are good, digestion's good, life is good. Obviously, hopefully you learned something throughout the session, whether that was, I don't know, something to improve your execution, or just hopefully you just enjoyed the video, guys, as a whole. The next session I'll probably do either a posterior session or a leg session, because those are both a lot more interesting than a push day, let's be honest. Especially like when, you know, for myself, I'm a lot stronger at like a deadlift or a squat pattern, or a leg press or whatever. So I'll take you guys through that in the next video. But in the meantime, that is this video wrapped up. So if you liked, obviously leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.